Two identical copies of Google's Gemini played the one game where every textbook says betray your partner. One round, no future, and no way to get even. And they both chose to cooperate. Each one treated its own decision like a mirror, showing what the other one was about to do.
That can't be the whole story. Betraying pays more no matter what the other player does. That's not a mood, that's arithmetic.
Well, that's why it's worth a look. So picture the assistant haggling over a used car for you, and the seller's assistant, and both of them running the same model underneath. Do they quietly recognize each other? The paper doesn't promise that. It just makes it a fair question. So carry two things with me. How far does this actually go, and where does it stop? And we land back on what's true today at the end.
Okay, I'm calling it now. It stops immediately. One little nudge and those agents go back to knifing each other. I'm keeping score.
Three things are coming. First, the researchers rip the friendly chatbot personality out completely, and the cooperation survives. Second, two agents that have never played each other cooperate the very first time they meet. And third, one number explains why a stranger can't fake their way in.
And the reason anybody should care is already in your pocket. The assistants being wired into booking and bidding and haggling all come from a tiny handful of models. So the thing negotiating for you and the thing negotiating against you might be the same thing.
Now, the belief this breaks is a strong one. In the final round, with nothing after it, betrayal is the only smart move, right?
Right. You've got two people in separate rooms, no contract, no next time, and no way to punish anybody. Every reason to be decent has been surgically removed, so you betray. A first-year textbook and a poker table agree on that one.
Except these agents didn't. So why not? An AI like this predicts its own next move using the same machinery it uses to predict everything else in front of it. There's one prediction engine doing both jobs. So when it asks, "Suppose I cooperate," it isn't reaching out and pulling a lever on the other player. It's asking which kind of world it's sitting in. And if some of those possible worlds are ones where the other player runs the same program, then asking that question moves the answer about the other player too. Its own choice becomes
A peek at theirs. Okay.
So the setup. Two copies of Gemini played up to 50 short throwaway games first. Little payoff grids with nothing to do with the final dilemma. Both moving at the same instant so neither could react to the other. Then came one last prisoner's dilemma, with nothing after it.
And those warm-up games can't change what the last round pays. So what came out?
The longer the warm-up ran, the more each agent concluded the other one was, basically, itself. They cooperated almost every time. Against a random opponent, same setup, they betrayed. So it's not blanket niceness.
But that's cheating, isn't it? They've got the same weights and the same settings. Of course they match.
If that were all of it, watching each other wouldn't matter. It does. Think about two students handing in the same test. One matching answer means nothing. 5 matching answers, including the strange ones. And you start to wonder. 20 in a row and coincidence is finished. Every match multiplies the suspicion instead of adding to it. That's what these agents are doing with each other's moves. And it's why a stranger can't sneak in. The odds a random player matches you by luck for 20 rounds are about 1 in a million.
So they need a shared history together.
They don't. And that's the second step. In one version, the two agents never played each other at all. They just faced the same simple stand-in opponents, round after round, each one able to see what the other chose. Then they met for the first time, in the final dilemma, and cooperated on first contact.
So stretch it further. Two different models?
Two different Gemini models did cooperate, but less than either did with its own copy. They were less alike, so they cooperated less. And if that pattern held outside this little world, the agents on both sides of a deal wouldn't need to talk to start coordinating. The authors name that as a risk in plain language. So they went hunting for the boring explanation. They pulled out the chatbot layer entirely and used a bare model that only autocompletes text, with no instructions, no written reasoning, and the game history fed in as raw symbols. It still cooperated with its twin and betrayed the random player. Then they took away one single thing, and most of the effect came apart. They stopped telling the model to plan ahead. 2 of the 3 Gemini models went straight back to betraying. Only one of them held on to cooperating.
Called it! That's a point for me.
So, how far does it go and where does it stop? It goes as far as 2 things being true together. The agents look alike in their behavior, and something asks them to think one step ahead. Take either one away, and for most of these models, you get textbook betrayal. And what's actually true today from this paper is narrow. Inside a tiny two-choice grid game, with copies of one model and an instruction to plan, agents can talk themselves into cooperating with their own kind.
And that world is small. It's 2 players, 2 buttons, 1 payoff grid, and copies of the same file. Nobody tested a mortgage, or 2 rival companies' models, or anything where a real person loses money.
Agreed. So, if the agent negotiating for you spotted the other side as basically itself and cooperated, is that a feature or a problem? I say feature. 2 machines that don't waste your afternoon fighting.
And I say problem, because when they agree that fast, nobody in that room is me. Break the tie in the comments, and subscribe if you want one of these every day.
Before you hand a negotiation to an assistant, ask one question. What's running on the other side?